Hi everybody, welcome to WoodsyTV today. In today's video is a good old-fashioned rant video. Good old-fashioned rant. I have over the years, since my graduation, my first graduation in 2008, my first diploma, that the IT sector has been ridiculously increasing, more difficult for the graduate to find employment after graduation. I believe that regardless of ability and background, have equal access to employment in the IT sector. I've applied for over 150 jobs. About 400 jobs all up in the last 10 years. Despite of all the credentials that I've earned fair and square, still no employer has offered me a full-time job. As of right now, I work in a computer shop 1 day a week, as long as my YouTube video things too. I could have got that job even without all this study. And that's my opinion. Anybody who studied to gain credentials after having a 5 to 12 year study run to get qualified in the IT sector get all these knockbacks for simply having lack of experience, which in my view is a very big excuse, very massive excuse that these employers like to do to flog people off. It is unrealistic in an employment standpoint to have a graduate to the IT sector to have 20 years experience from graduation. That is over the top. Over the top. Because I believe you cannot get 20 years of experience out of study for 12 years to 5 or 12 years. It is stupid. It's a stupid expectation these employment agencies have on people, on graduates. It is stupid to a point of being cruel. Now, here's what I believe could solve the problem. To have the TAFE and higher education institutions to take some of the responsibility of putting their graduates into the IT sector. Otherwise, there'll be no ever-ending maze of graduates' journey looking for employment after graduation. The ongoing, go around in circles, go around this stupid maze that is never ending. There's always one solution to this maze, is have a straight run from higher education right towards a job. A straight run. That the institution takes responsibility, takes the place of the job seeker and negotiate with these employers looking for work that way. According to their results, including to their statement of results and their qualifications, they should look at that instead of doing these stupid aptitude tests, IQ tests, personality tests. I recently had an email from a recruiter to do those tests, and I feel as that was over the top. The situation in the job market in Australia is unacceptable. As if the requirements had rest themselves with Australian business numbers and business names as sole traders. Now, if that is the case, then all these students have to go around filling in these ABN forms and go to the tax office and get an ABN number at graduation. That's what it looks like to me, to get experience. This is bloody stupid. Absolutely cogswallopy, stupid and mad. And therefore, if they want to form themselves an entity, they have to have a government grant of 30 to 50k from the Australian government to make this possible. in order to acquire assets and financial capital to get started. Now, where the hope and hell can a student get that sort of money from, get that kind of money from? Impossible. Because they're students. They're probably on New Start or Centrelink payments or Social Security in other countries. Stupid, impossible. It's just a game of cat and mouse. A dog-eat-dog environment. In my opinion, there's not enough jobs to go around, especially mostly in all occupations, not only the IT sector. It's unrealistic, almost impossible to expect having experience right at graduation to a point of being cruel on the graduate. Employers and employment agencies have an unrealistic expectation on graduates. How can you have 20 years experience from fresh out of college or university? Zilch. It just seems to me like a dog-eat-dog. Yeah. This has created a dog-eat-dog environment, which means that employers have too many options. Now, here is an email. Here is a message I got from a job agency to actually, what I actually got from a job agency of rejection. In my opinion, this is automated. Then I got another email like that asking me to do a personality test, an IQ test, and an aptitude test. Absolutely over the top. Now, they said they will email you if the positions involved are suitable. I have never had a job recruitment agency email me to offer me a job within my qualifications and abilities. Never in the last 10 years. Now this just shows how flawed, go for the cracks this can be. Now this is actually, these tests are done to understand the applicant better. It's bull dust, absolute bull dust. There's only one reason for that, is to iron out candidates for shortlisting. Simple as that. This just shows this is an employment crisis in Australia. To a point having recruiters to do these tests like I got the email from, which is previously reserved for government positions or wherever it is, but not for private IT. I've never seen for the last 10 years, but this personality test, aptitude test and IQ test is way over the top. There's always will be competition in the job market due to lack of positions, too many applicants. For example, you've got 25 students, only seven positions in the job market. 18 students will miss out. Now, this is my solution to the problem. My solution to the problem. The higher education department actually assigns the whole class into an IT startup scheme. That's my solution to this problem. To have higher education, to have an IT startup that's fully incorporated with own business name and ABN of the students of that student's choice, and they can decide what business name they're going to call it. And now, this scheme will go for 18 months. This startup will be like an internship, and for 18 months to 2 years, the students get exercised all of their knowledge through this business to gain experience that way. Now that is a good solution to this problem, and that will gain experience with the career development to make them job ready to go to the next stage in this process. And then after that internship 18 months, they get the experience they need, and then they get references from the higher education coordinator and from few lecturers. Now, the CEO of this startup will be the higher education coordinator. They'll supervise the business. After 18 months, they get the business on the road and find clientele. The college finds the clientele. I'm sure they know a lot of people in the industry. So that means they can able to exercise their knowledge in this startup business. However, after 18 months, they can either keep the business going as a full corporation after 18 months, or they could dissolve the business or put new students into this same business and keep it going. So that means after the 18 months, it'll be like an apprenticeship like scheme. That means they can exercise their knowledge that way, without going through this horrible wilderness of mazes and looking for jobs that knocks people back, as I showed you earlier. And I also believe in the job market that qualifications and statement of results should be enough. Don't worry about these horrible, stupid tests these aptitude tests, personality tests, IQ tests. Not necessary. Not at all, in my opinion. Now, associations like the ACS, which I'm part of, they too should take part of responsibility in this kind of job, in this employment game. In the IT, they should also consider doing these IT startups that are like apprentices, and also certify them according to their abilities. Now, I've actually have been certified CT member, certified technologist, and I've been that almost a decade. Been a full member and a certified member for almost a full decade, since 2012. That has made no difference in the influence of these job agencies. None whatsoever. It makes no difference in my personal experience. The employer agencies basically ignore all these things, and basically that's what I experienced. Beg your pardon to my association, but it doesn't seem to work, you know. This is why I believe that joining an association is important, yeah. You'll be able to network with other IT professionals, yeah, and get yourself certified. That means you've got proof of your knowledge. But does it make any difference to the recruitment process? As far as I can see, my personal experience made no difference at all. Unfortunately, that is the case. Now, if people want to, now the thing is, there's no option there. People can become sole traders, like I have to be, because I've been looking for work for 10 years. Now I have to then I have to have another job on top of the job I've got now, and work that on Monday, and on other days of week I can do my other job, which is a similar thing. Now I'm actually competing against my own boss for doing it. What's the you know, you put yourself, you know, these crazy recruitment agencies has put me in this position to a point I have to compete with my own boss. It's just gone over the top. This is clearly the picture that the IT sector needs to change the recruitment process to make it more graduate friendly. Makes no sense, does it? You know, you just go through all around in circles like crazy. And if this trend continues, then the bank up of graduates missing out on jobs will just go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Anyhow, I do believe that the higher education and IT associations such as ACS need to do more with this problem. The ACS and higher education should come together as one to try to solve this problem with IT recruitment. Why don't they sponsor a IT startup to put these people, to give the experience that these people need, Now here's the conclusion. My message to these IT recruiters. You're not going to have the last laugh with my career. I'm going to have my last laugh. And you're not going to push me any more than you have already. If you want to keep pushing me out of this IT industry, go right ahead. But I believe my ideas with putting IT graduates into work after their studies is a good idea. Therefore, that the students after they graduate, however, it probably should be part of the course. Part of the course. Put them after they finish all their electives, pass all their subjects. They remain a student at the college, but they get into the next phase in the process of being an intern through the college. And that, in my view, that in my opinion, is the best way forward in this development, this under-utilisation of the IT industry. Any industry there, the matter is. But I believe the employers should go out of their way of giving each and every single graduate out of these higher education and TAFE colleges an opportunity to get the experience that they need to go through the next step. As I can see here, as I can show you here, here's my piece of paper here of what my ideas are. And that's what I think about the IT industry. It's pushing, it is a lot of talent is going to waste because of ignorant IT recruiters that just have unrealistic expectations of experience. Now, I don't find that very fair, don't you? My appeal to IT recruiters in higher education and IT associations, ACS, to come together to solve this problem before it's too late. Because I strongly believe there is under-utilisation of IT skilling. They always claim there's a skills shortage. Bull crap. There's not. There's a shortage of utilisation. There's plenty of skilling out there, but it's not utilised as it should be. Anyhow, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and tell me your story about your employment journey. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching this video today, and see you next time.